And so as we're watching it, I finished the show multiple times. But as we're going through it and he's watching it, I'm taking notes as to things he says and what his roommate says. And then when we get to those episodes, I'm gonna be like, "You said this. I want you to know that this is what you thought was gonna happen." Is that what you're
writing down when we watch? I've always wondered exactly what it was because I see you like over there huddled on your phone.
Yeah, I'm typing quotes. I'm writing down quotes.
Quotes, like actual quotes
that you guys are saying, and I'm like, nope. When we get to this episode, I'm gonna be like, "Remember when you said this? Remember when you were so hopeful and you had so much?
Remember when you said the mountain was gonna be gay?"
Yeah. Anybody who watches Game of Thrones knows how dumb that is.
I just think it'd be hilarious if at the end of the show he's like, "You know what? I'm gay."
That's it. He gets up in the middle of the iron, like the throne room.
He gets the throne.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "You know what? I'm gay."
Mm-hmm.
And that's how the show ends. And that's why everyone was upset with the ending, because they were homophobic.
Oh, I was not going there, but I was just going to say that the mountain got a spotlight. That's why everybody was angry. Okay, I have a Barnes & Noble. That can be it. Or I have a Barnes & Noble being...
Oh, dude.
What? Do you have something else? Or are you just playing a bit?
I'm deciding whether or not to do this or not. I'm just going to do it. Randy's random thought of the day.
I don't have a random thought of the day.
Wow. That's interesting.
I don't write in it anymore. And all of them have like green. Yeah.
You don't have any more random thoughts of the day?
Not really.
You don't think anymore?
Not really.
I stopped thinking 3 years ago.
I got a good one. I thought about this one the other day. I don't know. I don't think I've said it. I've stopped putting the check marks by the ones that I've done. So I don't even want to say it, but it's a good one. Okay. Oh, you're going to have to stop me if I've said it before because I'm going to feel so stupid.
I'm going to have to stop you. I won't remember if you said
it. Okay. I think we've talked about it like off of the podcast before.
Totally possible.
But I'm just going to, okay. No, I've said it before and now I'm remembering.
No. Say it.
No, I've said
you're
it
gonna
before.
Say it. Because if you said it before, I can just cut it out. They won't even have to know. They won't even know. Come on.
Okay. No one out there is peeing when they have to pee. No one is sitting and having a conversation and suddenly when they have the smallest urge, get up and go. No, everyone always waits because you could hold it for a little bit longer. We only get up to go once we absolutely have to and we can no longer force ourselves to hold it.
That's hilarious. And you've said it before.
I've said it before. As I read it, I was like, no, we've 100%. I think we've had this conversation with everybody. Like back, I don't know, last semester.
All I know is I remember saying that I have to go.
You do because you got kidney problems. No, I've said it before. But that's a good one. That's a funny.
Great thought.
And it's so true. I saw it. If I've said it on the podcast before, I'm going to be so angry. But I was watching Jacksepticeye and he was doing a live stream. And then out of like, it's seemingly nowhere, he was like, okay, I got to go to the bathroom. And he like took his headphones off and then left. And so like everybody's watching the live stream for 5 minutes as he's gone. And as we're sitting in silence for 5 minutes, I was like, how long do you think he had to hold his pee before he was finally like, nah, I got to leave these tens of thousands of people watching me because I just can't hold it anymore.
What's to say? If it's 5 minutes, it does not feel like a pee.
I don't know. Okay, well, you're right. I don't, but still, he had to hold himself back for how long? I need to know how long he was waiting there in agony. Like, God, I just got to finish this level. And then eventually just gave up and was like, nope, it's got to be now.
That's it.
It's got to be right now.
Or it's now or right now. It's one of the two.
Know. I need the answer.
Well, this is Media for the Intellectually Impoverished. I'm Taylor.
I'm Randy.
This is a podcast that
enriches your mediocre lives.
Oh man, I forgot to do the outro for Randy's random thought of the day. Wow, that was interesting.
You got to speed it up faster than that. It's going to be... That's good. That's good.
Thank you.
Well, on the topic of remembering and not remembering things...
Is that the topic that we were on?
Yes. Of like, I've said the thing before, and so I didn't remember that I had said it before.
Yeah, no.
And then the topic, 3 topics ago, we were talking about your memory and how you never remember anything. But so on the topic of memory
I just dropped the best pun, and you didn't even...
and I'm going to breeze right past it.
You suck. I worked hard.
You did not. You literally put
pun.
in the smallest amount of work. Okay. And so
all right, continue.
Do you remember what we're talking about today?
Would it surprise you if I said yes?
Yes.
Good. Because that's not what's going to happen. No, I remember. We're talking about new trends, things that are new in media, things that are new that people are doing, and what's interesting about them, and why are they here, and will they go away?
That's good. That's a good synopsis.
Thank you. I practiced. I toiled hard for that
because you remembered it this time.
Because I remembered it this time. I did.
Great job.
Thank you. I honestly, I'm proud.
Mm-hmm.
I'm extremely proud of that moment.
I did have a random thought of
the day.
Yes.
Randy's random thought of the day. Wow. That was interesting.
I don't know if it's on here. Again, I don't know if I've said it before, but it relates to what we're talking about. And it should have been the one that I brought up, but I've just remembered it now because we're talking about what's new in media. And so I wanted to talk about TikTok because it is a completely new, relatively new social media app thing that we share content on. It's kind of reminiscent of Vine, but it's different in its own sense, and we'll get into all of those nuances. But I remember for the longest time on my list of Randy's random thoughts of the day, I think I've had to have talked about it before because how could I not pass it up or forget about it, was where are the TikToks about TikToks? Where are the meta TikToks? You know? There's such a culture around TikTok. I saw one today about somebody was analyzing another person's TikTok about the layers of memes in it. And first you have to he was talking about the queen dying and I forget what it was. It was a guy who morphed into a woman, and the title on top of it said, God, when he has to read, the queen has been reincarnated into Trisha's baby. And so to understand that, first you have to understand, the queen died. Then you have to understand who Trisha is and that she just had a baby. And then you have to understand who the guy is and who he's morphing into to understand that meme. And that's okay. So anyways, that was that meme. But where are the TikToks about the TikToks? Explaining that. More, but you're looking at me like I'm saying something wrong.
No, I was just.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I get it. I see TikToks that are screen recordings of other people's For You pages.
That's interesting.
I get those a lot. Where people are ragging on someone, or it's a funny coincidence. There was one I saw the other day that was, someone just pushed my grandma down the stairs. And then 3 TikToks later, it was someone pushing her grandma down the stairs. Oh my gosh.
That is what's so scary about TikTok because it's so accurate. And nobody's For You page is the same. And I just don't.
It's weird.
But it's scary.
Yeah.
Because you could be thinking, I have multiple times have I just been thinking of a topic and then it pops up on my For You page. And it's just because it knows you so well, or it's listening, one or the other.
It's probably both. But Randy's random thought of the day. Wow, that was interesting.
I wish I had the example for it because I remember driving and thinking of, I want to see a TikTok about the problems that come up when you're trying to be on TikTok. You're trying to like a video and it won't let you like the video, and then you have to or you accidentally refresh the page and you've lost your TikTok forever. I want TikToks about TikToks.
I have seen TikToks of that specific thing.
Really?
Yeah.
They're not on my For You page.
Well, you're on the wrong For You page, apparently.
I want to be on the meta side of TikTok. I want to be on the fourth wall breaking side of TikTok.
I send you TikToks. I have perfectly curated the strangest TikTok For You page.
No.
You don't agree?
You have 100%, 110% cultivated the weirdest TikTok For You page that I have ever seen. Because what you watch are literally 10-second clips of nothing, of literal nothing happens. What was a piece of toast floating in the air, rotating to a song, and then there was another one of in a dryer and the dryer spinning or something.
Yeah, and the phone's in the dryer.
There's no content there. There's literally no content.
It's a style of comedy called Dada, which is comedy for the sake of nonsensical. It's for the sake of it not making sense.
Okay, but it's comedy.
But it's comedy, yeah.
But do you ever watch that and actually genuinely laugh?
Oh, all the time.
Oh, you're weird.
Even thinking about the toast one makes me laugh because what they did, they put their phone in the washing machine, set it to spin, and then when it was spinning, they dropped a piece of toast on a string in there, and so it looks like the toast is spinning
Okay.
in the washing machine. And then they played Free Bird by Leonard Skinner.
I like your explanation of it more than I like the actual TikTok, because the TikTok did not make me laugh. It questioned whether I wanted to continue being your friend, but it did not make me laugh.
That is fair.
And you sent me one yesterday.
Oh, what did I send you yesterday?
About a waffle maker that I did not get.
It was like so I'll explain it. It was.
And you sent me another one. Shall we watch it?
Yeah, sure.
Can we put it on? Can I put it on my?
Yeah. Well, you got to put the sound on.
I know, but I'm just showing you. You sent this to me.
Yeah.
How do you like this? I don't want to watch it anymore. It's a man
with the Giga Chad face, blowing his lips like, the horse, like, but he's doing that in time with a phone buzzing.
I don't get it.
What I sent you? Yeah, the waffle maker one. So
yeah.
there's this trend, like this GIF that went around where it's like a heart locket, and you open it up and it's got one thing on one side.
Mm-hmm. It's a heart locket. Yeah. Could you imagine the audacity if I just asked you a question and immediately got on TikTok and started scrolling? Yeah, you go ahead and answer that question. I'm gonna be over here. Okay.
So the thing is it opens it, you see one side, and then it closes and opens, and you see the other side. And so typically what you put is like a goofy thing where it's like just weird pictures of someone and someone else, but someone put the words waffle maker on the first side, and then it closes and opens, and you see the other side is a photo of a waffle.
I genuinely don't understand.
It's just funny because it's like pretending it's a waffle maker. And so when it closes, it makes the waffle, and then it opens, and it's a waffle on the other side. Did you really not get that? You didn't get it at all?
I don't get your humor at all.
How did you not get that? I feel like that's pretty. I just thought you didn't think it was funny. You didn't understand it?
I didn't understand it at all. I didn't know why it was a heart and why. Okay, first, I thought it had something to do with the words that were on it, because it said waffle maker in two separate words. Yeah. And then when it closed and it opened again, waffle maker was one word. And I was like, I don't get the joke that's being made here.
No, it's that it's supposed to be a waffle maker.
I did not.
And so you close it and open it, and there's a waffle.
Oh,
come on.
And so this is what I'm talking about with the culture that is around TikTok, that you can have so many different types of humor and interests, and there's science, and there's medical, and there's photography and creative, and then there's just nonsense that somehow all finds its way onto Taylor's For You page.
Can we tell that story?
I guess you can. We have to get back on topic eventually.
She sent me a video, and it had someone asking, like, if you get $1 million if you hide a paperclip from a detective, where are you putting it? And she sent that to me under the context of like, what would you do? And I sent back like a Bible of a response.
A Bible. That is the exact word that he used. If you did not get that, a Bible. Go ahead. Compose yourself.
I said I would drop it. It would then disappear into the void until 3 months from now, when I'm cleaning to prep for my divorce. I am serving my husband in 3 days, as the money I made tore a rift in our marriage. And then I will take it in my hand, stare at it, and remember the pain that this small piece of metal has caused before tears flood my eyes and I can no longer keep them in. They pour out, along with all the pain, hate, and hardship I've had to endure while taking care of my 6 children, all aged 3.5. My husband stopped helping when the money came in. He only drinks and lounges around the house. And when he does leave, he comes home at the strangest hours of the night. I've got no idea what he's doing, but he's probably sleeping with other women. I just wish I'd never gotten this stupid paperclip. I thought it would hold the pieces that... I thought it would hold the papers of our life close and tight for the rest of our lives. But it turns out all it did was pick the lock of his malformed heart, showing what it looked like inside that dark room. God, I wish things were different. What do I tell my 6 children? The money is all gone now. I have no idea where it went, but I can't bear to stay with him any longer, even if it means living with my sister and her girlfriend. Anything to get this man out of my life and the lives of my 6 3.5-year-old children. God help me, he's coming around the hallway. Just suck it up and pretend. It's only 3 more days. Just 3 more days, and this nightmare can be over.
My question, they're all 3.5?
Yeah, all of them. They're all 6 of them are 3.5. I had 6 tuplets.
But 3.5 is such a specific number. And it added nothing to the story.
You've never heard that? So, comedy is funnier with specificity. It's something that Jesse taught me. Because it's funny if you get slapped in the face with a hot dog. But it's funny if you get slapped in the face with a hot dog on July 4th, 1969 at 11:59 p.m. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's funnier. Comedy is specificity.
I'm glad that you've taken that lesson to heart. Really.
To heart, really. I have taken it to heart. But let's get back on track. So what do you think makes TikTok so trendy?
Well, it's the age that we're living in. I mean, since the dawn of the internet, like I feel like one of the very first things that we've decided to do was learn how to make memes. And then use symbols to convey knowledge and humor. And then from there, it's just kind of spiraled. Where again, like you have like your photo memes that like have hidden layers upon layers upon layers of meaning in them. And then we've just now formed it into video form. And I think the reason that TikTok is doing so well is because it's learning to adapt with what people want. And so Vine, it died out because all they did was have like 6-second videos. And the other thing was they weren't treating their creators properly and paying them for like the AdSense and everything that they were bringing to the app. Whereas TikTok, I'm not going to say they do a great job of it because still a lot of people complain about it. And like when it comes to like monetization and what is it? Rated R content, I guess, or like higher content that gets flagged or things getting flagged for no reasons. I mean, no app out there or like media consumption app is going to be perfect. I mean, nobody's found the solution for it yet.
Well, especially TikTok. TikTok, I don't know if I can confidently say this, but I would estimate TikTok is probably the biggest social media app right now.
No, 100%, yeah.
And with that, just think about the amount of videos being posted daily on their app. And having to sift through all of that and check for, stuff that's inappropriate, stuff that's illegal, and then having to flag all of that. Like, I'm sure that their algorithm for just flagging things is skewed right now. And the process for that is it's difficult to handle so many people.
And it's crazy. I mean, I remember reading about and watching about the TikTok and Twitch scandal of people, because there's no like really any way to flag those types of like anything that's illegal or copyrighted. People were live streaming like full movies and full like television shows. Like I've seen SpongeBob, I've seen Avengers pop up on my feed, like
I've
live
seen
streams.
Lots of Dragon Ball streams.
I've seen a lot of Avengers and SpongeBob and Phineas and Ferb, a lot of those things. And then Twitch started stealing that idea, and people on Twitch would start like watching those shows for hours and hours on end, because the way Twitch works is like the longer you live stream, like the more money that you can make from it. And when you sign with Twitch, you have to stream for so many hours every day in order to like stay partnered with them. It's a whole thing. But then Twitch got in trouble for it, but people on TikTok haven't gotten in trouble for it. And so it just shows the differences in like the way that the medias or the apps are themselves being run.
But it's also a difference in the location, because I believe TikTok was made in China.
It is.
And Twitch, I believe, is an American company. I don't know exactly. I'll look that up. Yeah, San Francisco. So yeah, Twitch is an American company, and the copyright laws are very different in those countries. And just because you have American people posting or doing this thing doesn't necessarily mean that China is obligated to do anything about it if it doesn't infringe upon their copyright laws.
That's crazy. I mean, I didn't even like, because all I ever see are American like people on TikTok, and sometimes like British, or like you'll get the occasional one from a different country and you realize it, but they're literally like everywhere. Like it's in all countries. Yeah. Everybody. I mean, it's not in all countries, but it's worldwide, or nationwide.
Yeah,
worldwide.
It's worldwide.
And so anybody at any point where the app is found can post something and it can reach somebody all the way across the other side of the world.
Yeah, no, I follow a couple of, I believe they're Chinese content creators. It's a dude that cosplays as girls all the time, and he kills it. Like, he's so good.
Of course.
But what's the problem?
Nothing. I'm glad that they out there are finally getting to know the real you. You know, I think you've been hiding for so long, and I'm just glad that that you feel comfortable.
Yeah, but like, their content is cool. Like, it's really cool.
Okay, sweetie. Okay. Whatever you have to tell yourself.
I think it's cool. I also just think cosplay as a hobby is really cool.
TikTok does really well as its adaptability. And I mean, you see so many other social media apps changing their way of making content in order to follow TikTok, because it is 100% still the trendsetter. And they are consistently making it's so fascinating when you think of society. I mean, everything goes back to society, and I'm sorry that I'm that person, but it does. And so we got so close, or we got to a point where it was getting intake media was getting shorter and shorter and shorter to like 6-second videos. Like, you had to be able to capture someone's attention in 6 seconds. And even on TikTok, when it originally started, wasn't it like 10 seconds long or 30 seconds?
It was 10 seconds and 15 seconds. I think it didn't get 30 seconds until later.
Exactly. And you had to be able to like grab someone's attention. And so the content in and of itself and the humor in and of itself needed to adapt to that style of filmmaking, of creating. And now, like, people are going in the opposite direction again, or at least on my For You page, that's what's coming up. And the app itself is changing to where now you can upload a minute video, you can upload 3-minute videos, you can upload 5-minute videos. I think the max they are at now is 10-minute videos. Which is proving this like cycle that we live in of like, we will have points where we want really fast content and we just want to get the laugh and get out. And then some people, or it eventually goes back to where people want longer form content. It's like YouTube. I mean, YouTube is like one of the only places that you can watch like long form content. And even today, YouTube in itself is changing, and people are opting more to watch live streams on YouTube than ever before. And so like their like short content that they were trying to make with their YouTube shorts aren't really like working or doing as well, because people don't want that anymore. People want like noise that they can just sit down to for hours and hours on end.
Yeah. And I think you're right. I think the length of the videos has a lot to do with, one, why it is popular now, and two, why it became so popular. Because I think there was a void for that, short content space. I think that there wasn't a place for people to present that, or present media like in that style, in that like 15-second, let me grab your attention, you can get out. And TikTok came in after Vine had died a couple years ago, and then like took up that mantle. And then people just flocked to it, and they're like, oh, it's the new Vine. Oh, it's the new whatever. And then eventually there was enough people on there that they were like, great, now we can add in these longer form videos, so that people can now make all this kind of content.
Well, I don't think that's the way it was. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I don't think it was. I mean, they fulfilled a need 100%. But it wasn't like, okay, now that we have people here, we're going to make longer form content. I think that's what the people wanted.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Like the people, because they had to start with the short form content to get the people there, and then once the people got there, and then they were like, now we want it, then they were able to do that. Because I think people wanted longer form videos from probably the start of it, but people like I imagine if no.
I mean, that can be your. I mean, you can say that. I mean, you can say anything that your heart desires. And I can say anything that my heart desires, but what I say is right.
That's hurtful.
And I'm feeling really attacked right now. And I need a minute. You know what?
I mean, my brain just completely fucking shut off.
Oh, that's really sad.
I lost it.
Anyways.
Mean to me.
I also think it's the culture that it's created. I mean, we can continue about talking like analytics and the way that like longer form content, short content, which is better and which are we currently living in? Do they all exist all the time? And there's so many of us. But there's definitely a culture that's been created around TikTok. And that like, even when you go up, I was not on TikTok for the longest time. I mean, we go back, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, whenever it really like started popping off. I refuse to make a TikTok because I'm one of those people. I'm like, I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon. I don't want to be one of I'm trendy. I'm going to do my own thing. I will admit that's who I am. But then it got to a point where everyone was talking about TikTok. And do you have a TikTok? And did you see this TikTok? And do you know about this? And did you hear about this? So I had to eventually download it. And after a while of being on it and realizing how time consuming it was, that I was spending hours of my time without realizing. That's the other thing that and it does so beautifully because its content is short and you can just have stream of consciousness content in your brain for hours and hours on end without anyone to really stop you. They have those ads that are like, are you?
They did have those ads. They've since removed those ad drops.
No.
No?
Because they're still on mine.
I don't get them anymore. Maybe I'm not on TikTok for long enough to get them anymore.
I still have them where are you avoiding sleeping? You should hold up. What's the guy who pops into frame and is like, hold up.
Get the stop
You've been
sign.
scrolling for too long. You need that right there. That's what I'm talking about. The fact that we can connect over that. And I've never sent that to you because it's an ad.
Yeah.
But we both get it.
Mm.
And so eventually at some point I had to stop because it was taking up too much of my time. And I wasn't on it for months, 6 months. By the time I got back to it, I had 75 missed messages from all of my friends.
Mm.
Because I'd literally deleted the app off of my phone. I had cultivated it so much when I was in a relationship that all it was couple TikToks. And so I had to stop. I had to delete it off my phone. And then 6 months later when I was okay again, I brought it back and now I've cultivated a whole different For You page.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so crazy that it goes with your mood. It's a revolution and it boggles my mind. And when you ask somebody if they have TikTok and they say no, you're almost offended. You're like, how? I am. I mean, and then you find somebody who is on TikTok that you don't have. My roommate sends me TikToks through messages and I'm like, you're my roommate. And we don't follow each other on TikTok. That's really sad. I thought we were closer.
I don't follow my roommate on TikTok.
Wow. What? Oh, I get that though. He's explained to me before why that's a thing. But
thank you.
No, but here's something that I didn't realize that Josh had to tell me about. He's going to eat the mic. That Josh had to tell me about, which I realized that I was doing, and it was changing my For You page, was that when people would send me things and I would watch the TikTok, I would like the TikTok itself because I'm like, oh, my friend sent this to me, and if I don't particularly like it, you still like something to be like, haha, that was a good one. Anyways, but I realized that when you do that and you actually like the TikTok itself, that's what cultivates your For You page and you end up seeing more of that on your For You page. Instead of if you're in the messages and you like the message they sent, that's different and that doesn't do anything.
Yeah, which is why you started seeing pieces of toast suspended inside of washing machines.
You sent me that.
Yeah, I know.
Never once has a video like that popped up on my For You page.
You are missing out. You are missing out. That's so fun. That whole trend with the Leonard Skinner thing was hilarious. But yeah, TikTok is a beast. We could talk for hours and hours about TikTok and how it's weird and how it functions and why it's so trendy and popular. But I don't want to do that anymore.
Well, too bad, because I got to steamroll you.
But yeah, I'm talking about battle royales, which are huge in the gaming industry right now. And it's all because of Fortnite.
Half our audience just left. You realize that? You just...
Well, no. I mean, it's the truth.
Okay. Again, you can say... Anyways.
Oh.
You ate the mic!
It is because of Fortnite. So Fortnite originally... I probably said this before. I think maybe once or twice. Fortnite originally was going to be a zombie defense shooter. Where you and your friends were going to build a base. And then zombie waves would come in. And then it might have been closer to maybe a mixture between the game Rust and DayZ. I'm not sure, but Rust is like a massive multiplayer game where you build bases and you collect materials. And there are other people that are in the world with you that can kill you and steal your things. And then DayZ is just like a massive multiplayer online with, but it's got zombies and other people. And so that was its initial plan. And when it opened in its beta, it didn't have that finished yet. And they were like, we want to open up this beta with a battle royale and maybe make some money to help fund this actual zombie defense plan. But then the battle royale exploded out of nowhere. Granted, I think the battle royale and the Fortnite design initially had extremely innovative and different designs. Like the fact that, I mean, now it's kind of mainstream, but to be able to build like defenses around you and your teammates, towers up to the sky, shoot people from really far away. It was innovative and it was new and it was interesting, and that's why people flocked to it. But because so many people flocked to it, I mean, Epic, they made the correct business decision. Really upsets me, but they dropped a bunch of other problems, a bunch of other projects they were working on that could have been really good to focus on Fortnite, which granted has given them hundreds of millions of dollars, and is really putting their name in the stake of AAA gaming. They were AAA gaming before, but now for certain. Like when you talk about games now, Epic has to come up. They have their own launcher now. They own Unreal Engine. And it's all because of Fortnite. And I mean, it completely, in the same way that TikTok did, exploded gaming culture, where games that didn't need battle royales started getting battle royales. So there was this, and this was alongside, this game was built alongside PUBG, Player Unknown Battleground, which was another battle royale that was released around the same time, maybe a while before. So both of those games became extremely popular. And then Fortnite took the cake, took the win. And then Call of Duty got its battle royale. People started making other like shooter battle royales. People started integrating battle royales into other styles of games, where you get like Fall Guys. And it's just that if almost every game series now has a battle royale, because it can accommodate so many people at once, and it makes you so much money if it's done right, that it's almost foolish to not do it, because the way the battle royales work is you have like anywhere between 50 and 100 players on a map at the same time, and then they whittle each other down until it's just one group, one team, or one person left, depending on the game mode. And think about it, 100 players per game. You run 100 games at the same time, that's 1,000 players right there. You run 1,000 games at the same time, that's 1,000,000 players right there. 100,000 players right there. Right?
I don't know math.
1,000. Yeah, 100,000. Yeah. So if you build it correctly and you build the servers to support that, like you can have a massive amount of players bringing in massive amounts of money, purchasing your game, purchasing add-ons. If every single person that plays Fortnite bought one $5 thing, they'd have like $5 million.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's just insane. And it's become, for a while, it had become a huge meme in the community, because like, oh, every game's got a battle royale now. But it's because, in the same way that Instagram made Instagram Reels, or Snapchat made the weird Snapchat TikTok stuff, like it's just what was popular and the emulation of the thing that was popular. And that's what drives a lot of the media industry as a whole. I mean, it's someone did something that everyone liked, I'm going to do something like that. And then that becomes the norm for however long. It was like fucking superhero movies. One superhero movie was popular, everybody makes superhero movies now, because that's the thing that people do. And then eventually something is going to overtake that and become different. And then now everyone will do that thing for a while. It's just the way that media works. You just follow the trends, because the trends get you money. And it's a business. Media is a business. And so where the money is where the developers, where the directors, where the app developers go. It's just, it's because it's a business, because you have to make money. At the end of the day, people need to be paid for their work. And if you don't, if you had a choice between maybe getting paid for this thing or absolutely getting paid for this other thing, they're going to go for the thing that's going to, be a definite money grab. And it's just insane. I wish we had more of a dialogue on this, and it was less of me just talking.
I'm sorry, I can't add anything about.
Yeah, because you just don't play games.
I don't, but I know what you're talking about, and I know from YouTube that I can't watch anything on YouTube anymore, because that's all that people do. And like you have a bunch of YouTubers who will play like together in the same. I mean, I'm thinking like Among Us and things like that, not so much Fortnite because I hate.
Among Us really is kind of a battle royale ish.
Is it not?
I mean, ish. I say ish because it's teams, right? You've got the imposters and you've got the crewmates.
But can't there be like one imposter? Never mind. I guess.
But then it wouldn't be everyone fighting each other. You know, the essence of a battle royale is
everyone's
everyone fighting each other.
Okay, I guess you're right. Never mind. But like, but people playing those, I mean, Fall Guys as well. Like that took off, and like I just don't like that kind of content to like watch multiple people playing the same game, and especially the way that again I intake media is like through watching other people, and so when you have 5 or 6 people all fighting each other and you have to listen to all of that commentary at once, it just I came for one person, and that's what took up my feed for a long time, and that's why I had to like take a step back from YouTube, and still like can't get back into it because that's all it is. It's like everybody, and it's kind of reminiscent again, there's like this cycle of YouTube, and that so many people were doing collaborations when it first started, and now so many people are doing collaborations again, but in a different format of like before it was just whack shit and like whatever like you both kind of had in common you do together. But now it's very much like even people who don't play video games are like moving into the battle royale and like those types of video games with their friends and doing it on Twitch and doing it on YouTube and so many other places.
Yeah, I mean, I was not a huge battle royale fan. I played Fortnite when it first sort of came out. I was in it for the first like 2-3 seasons, but then I kind of just phased it out in favor of more story-driven games.
It doesn't have a story. I can't do nothing without a story. I need a story.
But then there's another battle royale that came out that is called Apex Legends. It's based off of another video game that I'd played. It's by the same developers too, or at least it was until those people all left. And that's the thing. It's like it's weird because it's controversial too. Like within the gaming industry, people will like make battle royales. There's some teams that are like the Fall Guys team. I hear is like all for Fall Guys, which is like great, but that doesn't always happen. Like the people that started Apex, that built Apex from the ground, either left or were fired from the studio and moved on to a different project. And so now all of those developers that are working on Apex are all new, young developers. I say young as in like they're just different developers. Green, yeah. And all of these other developers that started the game are now, I hear, working on another project. And so it's just like, it's so, I don't know. I feel like, one, the communities get really toxic. And
100%. I mean, I'm not even in, like, I don't associate with it at all. And I know that the communities are toxic.
Yeah, like the communities can get really toxic. The game itself can get really aggravating because the style is waiting until someone is about to lose and then killing that person instead of them. Or maybe they win a battle, and then as soon as they win the battle, before they get a chance to heal up or get ready for the next battle, you just swoop in and kill them. Like, that's aggravating. And that's the game, right? And it instills a lot of toxicity into the game community. So, yeah.
But you know what I do see? I do see some of those kinds of games on my TikTok. And I see like the nicer side of them of like, there's this one guy, I don't know any of their names and I apologize, but he's playing one of the like battle royale games. I have no idea which one it was. And he finds this other guy and they have like that proximity chat. Like, so when you're next to another player, like you can hear what they're saying or something. And so he's playing and one of them's like a little kid and the little kid doesn't know what he's doing. And he's like, no, don't shoot me. Don't shoot. Help me. How do I? And like, he helps him like to like win basically. It was so cute.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I've seen that video too, where,
and he gets his like first kill and he's so happy that he got his first kill.
That's super adorable. And it's just like, yeah, but it's
so
not.
There's a good side to it, but
yeah, it's not necessarily all bad, but the gameplay itself does lean towards, like, I play Apex. I only play it with my friend, and because I can't play it by myself because I get too mad at playing it because I mean, people quit mid game because they're mad about you not playing perfectly or something. I don't know, but it's trendy because I think it's
well, why is it trendy?
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay, well, you were pausing, and so I'm kind of swoop in and just propose something on the table.
Yeah, I think it's trendy because of the massive influx of players that they can bring to the table, and also it's like competitive. So it's like a new competitive sport that sort of sprung up out of nowhere. So esports has a really big stake in it. In competitive games, like everyone always wants to win, and it's like the glory aspect of it. There's 100 people in this game, and I'm the winner, right? And that's just like I don't know, it draws people in. You know, what are you looking at me for?
Did you not hear? I was going to say something, and I was like, I'm going to give you this idea. And then you just started talking.
I thought you meant like the question
was
the idea.
No.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Please say what you were going to say.
I feel so like blindsided. Like, what the fuck?
I completely
I was like, can I propose something? And
you
just
said,
went, no.
I
said, I'm going to propose something. And you just went, doom.
What I heard was I just wanted to propose something, and I took that as why is it trendy was the preposition.
I was literally like, that was so fucking funny though. It would have been funny if you actually meant it. It's like I was so ready, and you just anyways. Okay, why was it trendy? Okay, and you went off about whatever, but you know the two they both came out in the same year. Did you TikTok and Fortnite came out in the same year?
Really?
Yep.
Did you look that up?
Yep.
Huh.
So TikTok was originally like created in 2016, but it wasn't made available to like anybody outside of China until 2017, and then Fortnite was launched in 2017.
That's funny. It's entirely possible that they coincide.
100% they coincide. Are you kidding me? What was the very first thing on TikTok? What was
furries?
Well, I was gonna say Fortnite dances, but his thing works too, I guess. Okay, I thought that they had a hand, and they probably both lifted each other up. I mean, people started making TikToks about Fortnite dances, and then that created Fortnite to make more like weird dances, and then TikTok made more, and then so they kind of lifted, and then people copied, and like that seems like a good end to the episode. But furries, so.
I mean, you asked. That was the...
You know what? You can say things, and I can say things, but what I say is right.
Do you want to roll that back, or do you want to keep it?
That's it. That's the episode. We're done. Say the outro. That's it.
I don't wanna.
That's where it ends. How do you come back from furries?
I don't know. We could nix it and try again.
No, that was fucking funny. There's no way to do recommendations. So say the outro.
Thanks so much for joining us on this intellectual journey, and we will catch you guys in the next one.
Bye.
I didn't.
I'm sorry.
You didn't put
I'm
him
sorry.
down.
Rewind.
Rewinding.
I'm sorry, Josh. Could you repeat that for us real quick?
Maybe we shouldn't be attacking and isolating any of our possible furry fans and followers.
It makes a good point. If you were offended at all by that, I was gonna be so mean.
Oh my god! Oh, I felt it. I felt it, and I almost went with it.
Weight of pressure in the
Yeah, like woo. I was gonna say we didn't say anything bad about them.
No,
Furry community.
That's not. No, honestly,
we
didn't say anything bad about. I didn't mean for it to come off that way. I just thought it was funny because I thought I was making this really like nice connection between the two that we could easily like end. But then Tayler went off script like he typically does. That was the joke that I was making.
There is no script. You can't go off script for something that doesn't have a script.
You're the one who's in improv. You know when a story is done. And that was not the way to end that story.
Also, being an improv, you know that your partner at any time can throw a significant wrench in your story. if the wrench is funny.
Oh, I thought Josh was going against what I was saying, but he actually helped my point, so he was right. I didn't. Yeah, that was a good point. I hope y'all heard that.
They didn't, and I'm gonna cut it out. Thanks so much for joining us on this intellectual journey. We catch you guys in the next one.